I'm back with a quick update. It's a not good news update. Basically, that Mystic Fog kind of came apart in my loop very quickly. I would say in a matter of like 3 to 4 days. Around day 5, it already looked like this. It's just it's gone. It's not gone. It's in the radiators. But yeah, as you can see, I have a little fun little mess here to deal with. As you can see there in the distro plate, it's kind of like accumulated there. Also in this run here, right there, that bend. So I'm gonna have to. I mean, this is some work, man. I'm looking at having to take apart this distro plate if I want to get that shit out. And I'm looking at having to clean instead of that run or redoing that run, possibly that one. And some of these other runs, like this one here as well. Like it's not, that's not coolant that's being transported. That's coolant that is stuck on the inside of the tubing. So these runs might be history. This was really pretty, like, transparent acrylic, right? And now I'm looking at having to fucking redo all these runs. And I mean, I have some acrylic on hand, but getting this stuff is difficult now because of the fake pandemic fucking blockchain disruption. Here's another one, right? So even if I drain my loop, okay, that's not going to come out. I can tell you right now that that's not going to come off of the inside of that tubing. It's kind of hard to tell, but if you look, like, it's actually residue that's on the inside of the acrylic wall. Like, that's not moving. That's not coolant flowing. That's like residue on the inside of the wall. I don't know what the problem is. Many other people that have tried this Mystic Fog, this is really stupid on my part. I should learn my lesson because this isn't the first time I've had a problem with one of EK's products. And first time it was their clear cryofuel. With my former system, I had just like a simple reservoir, and it kind of it produced flakes. I had flakes in my reservoir, and I had to flush that out. And then the second time, it was this shit right here. You see this? Okay, you see this here? Let me ask you if this looks normal. Do you see this? This is their DuraClear tubing. This is EK DuraClear tubing. After about, I want to say, 3 to 4 months of here, indirect sunlight. So like the sun doesn't even reach the PC. It's just indirect sunlight for the most part. Sometimes in the winter months, if I wouldn't, because I'll put like that chair with a towel on it, in front of the PC to block the direct sunlight. If I would forget to do that, maybe like once a week, there'd be about an hour of direct sunlight once a week on the off occasion day that I would forget to, only in the winter months. So this is mostly indirect sunlight. This is their DuraClear tubing, right? And so the problem with this is that it just doesn't look green, right? It started to leach this crap. It's like this green plasticizer shit all in my loop. So the last time this happened, right? I said fuck it, and I upgraded my radiators. So I went from like the 420, I think the SE, the slim 420 in the ceiling to this, and then I went from the like the 30 mil, their PE 360. I'm an idiot because I continue to buy their shit, but this is their last straw. I just had an exchange with their customer service, and they refused to refund my money. Like, I at this point, I'm just asking for a refund for this Mystic Fog, 2 bottles of Mystic Fog concentrate, just on principle, because look at what I have to do. I gotta drain the loop. I have to fucking disconnect these hard fittings here. I gotta pull the fans. I have to pull the radiators. I have to pull both fucking rads out of the loop. Okay, and I gotta flush them with vinegar. And then I have to flush them with vinegar, put the vinegar in there probably for multiple hours. I mean, if I go by the instructions of the Mayhem's makes some kind of cleaning solution, some kind of acid-based cleaning solution, and they recommend 6 hours in the rad. So if I use vinegar as an alternative, I'm looking at probably, I don't know, maybe 6 hours. Just let it soak in the rad. Then I got to drain the radiators. I got to flush them with water. They're going to flush them with distilled water. And then it doesn't resolve the shit that's on the inside of the distro plate or all the runs or the pumps or the fucking block. And I got to take apart the block as well because it's all on the block too. It's on the fucking block. You see that? It's hard to tell because of the reflection, but you can kind of see it's white. I'll turn the RGB on. Problem I have, I don't know why it's happening. Some people are saying it's because, like, my pumps are only at 40% RPM, right? My pumps are only at 40% RPM. Oh, the temperatures are pretty good though. 68, 70. Right, so there's actually been a reduction in temperatures. Yeah, it's been around 68, 70, and that's because I turned up the rear 140 millimeter fan a little bit. Now I just put the RGB fusion on. Show you guys what it looks like with the RGB. Yeah, this is fucking garbage, man. I'm really upset because, so the whole point of going with this acrylic, okay, part of it is because of the clarity of the acrylic versus PETG or versus, like, you know, fucking plastic tubing. That clarity's gone. I'm looking at a nightmare of a mess here. I'm going to have to redo these runs potentially. If I can't figure out how to clean the inside of this tubing, I'm looking at having to redo these runs. And I'm looking at ultimately, if I want to do it correctly, having to completely disassemble this distro plate. And that means... This means basically redoing my entire loop. I have to redo my entire fucking loop. And I emailed EK, and they said, you know, EK told me. EK told me that they offered to RMA the coolant and send me more. Yeah, that was EK's response. I told them the situation. I told them that, and I used nothing but distilled water. And I flush the distilled water regularly because I've had to do so many maintenance-based things that I've had to drain the loop so many times. I probably drain the loop on average once every 2 months. Nothing but distilled water. Distilled water from fucking Whole Foods. New distilled water. Not distilled water sitting in a garage for 10 years, okay, in a bottle. No, new distilled water. So there's nothing in the system other than distilled water. So they got no excuse because some customers they'll try to tell them, oh, it's because he used this and that before using this. I'm so pissed right now. I regret. You know, the thing is that before I put the shit in my system, I was like, and I did my research. I Googled and it wasn't. I didn't just look one time. I looked many times. Is Mystic Fog okay to use? You know, go on Google, search query, Mystic Fog, problems, Mystic Fog's safe to use. And only now am I finding, like, I found like 4 or 5 posts that are all basically similar to mine, where basically the Mystic Fog basically kind of falls out, okay? It's like it's no longer there. This isn't Mystic Fog. That's the shit that's lining the inside of the tubing. The Mystic Fog is gone. The Mystic Fog is inside the radiators most likely, because it's not here, right? That's not Mystic Fog. That's the inside of the runs that are fucking stained now with this shit because it's kind of accumulated in these high friction areas, like the bends there and there. Oh, not happy. That's my update. Yeah, you know what? I already told EK. This is the final straw. I don't recommend any of their products. I mean, this water block is nice, but honestly, there's cheaper alternatives. Big Ski makes a block for $130. This block is fucking $340. Why would anybody buy this? You know, and Fantex makes a water block. All these fittings, these aren't EK. These are all Big Ski. The acrylic's Big Ski. This back plate, or the distro plate, is Barrow. I don't need EK. I don't fucking need... They're not the only ones that make this D5 pump. Okay? I don't need EK. EK, if you're watching this, you're done. My relationship with you is over. You fucked up my system. I'm looking at this is a Sisyphean task here. I'm going to have to completely disassemble my fucking loop. I'm not happy, and you won't even refund the product. This is despicable. Avoid EK, everyone. Avoid EK at all costs.